King Putters. We have Gachiakuta episode 13 of Empty Gaze. It's so funny because as I'm recording this right now, I'm literally having a conversation through text with one of my boys about how nuts this episode was. I knew we were gonna get into a bit of lore as Amo sat down and was preparing to tell us about the angel that she saw, but I had no idea what the lore would entail. As I was watching last episode, I'm like, Amo is creepy as hell. What's wrong with her? Her mental is scrambled. What is good with this girl? But this episode, I kind of want to take it all back because I understand. We start off with Amo walking with her mom, but the mom, she wasn't a real mother because for whatever reason she sold her daughter and she sold them off to a trafficker. And I have to talk about this real quick. The animation style of this show, so beautiful because how certain scenes are played out, such as when Amo's mother tells Amo, like, this man will love you a lot. And we see how this guy traded the money for Amo, all in like a little cartoon animated fashion that makes this truly dark moment palatable. I gotta commend that. It's so fire, genuinely. And I feel like it does more justice than if we just got it in the regular style. I'm curious, and don't give me no spoilers, but anyone, because I know some of y'all read the manga already, was it drawn differently in the manga, or like the panels similar to what was already going on? Does that make sense? If you're a manga reader and anime watcher at the same time, is it an animation choice? Like, is it W animation team, or are they adapting like, oh, it kind of went like this in the manga, so we're gonna do it like this? So this guy, the trafficker, Mr., let's just call him Mr., because that's what Amo called him. Mr. brings Amo to the tower that we find her in present day. I don't think he exactly explains how he came across this castle, but he did mention how the room that they were in used to be used for some type of ritual, so maybe he had some type of lore on what was going on. And basically, he's living alone with Amo in this tower from the time she's a child to when she's around the age she is now, I think. I don't think they give us an exact time frame. But back to the room rituals, Mr. says that him and Amo should do a ritual as well. Amo mentions how her heart beats really fast and it feels weird when she does that ritual, and Mr. takes advantage of him grooming her for this period of time and lets her know that what she feels is love, and in her broken mind she accepts it. And we see another animation where this man is doing the deed with Amo, and we don't know how long he's been doing it for, but apparently he's been doing it for a long time because he even admits that he's grown her and nurtured her to love him. And he was on some shit where he's like, people would say I'm weird. I'm not weird, I'm perfectly normal. Why do they call me that? I just want to say shout out to anyone who watched this episode and might have went through a traumatic experience or know someone that went through a traumatic experience such as one that Amo went through. I rock with you. You're tough. Or even if it's not you, the person you know is tough, because this is real shit. And this is why this show is becoming one of my favorites, because it's dark but it's real. And for this to be Amo's backstory, is I felt it in my heart. Things get a little crazy when two people and one of them has a mask very similar to the person we see murder Recto back in episode 1. So now my heart is like, yo, what is going on in this flashback? Mr., he actually was the prior owner of the Watchmen series boots that we see Amo wear, but I don't think he had the same giver skill because he tries to fight the two masked people, but he doesn't use a scent or anything. He kind of just tries to fight them. He says he's gonna stomp into them, but he gets absolutely cooked. He gets one shot. And we see one of the masked people, and I'm pretty sure the mask that he's wearing is the same as the dude that killed Recto. But Amo doesn't refer to them as a man or a woman. Amo refers to them as an angel. That angel tells Amo to keep those shoes until the time comes, and then grows wings, and alongside the other masked entity flies off into the horizon. This is such a mystery, because what? Even that being said, like, how are you able to just fly to the sphere? Isn't there something keeping you guys between each other? Or is it just some shit like that? The same way you can send a missile to space. If you got wings, you can fly from the ground to the sphere. Very, very visually, it was an appealing sight, but we know that masked dude that mask thing. We know we don't like them. So now Amo got the shoes in her hand, the Watchmen series shoes, and Mr. just pulls up and starts kicking her in the face. Like, give me my shoes back. What are you doing? What did I tell you? You should know better. And they go back and forth because Amo feels like with these shoes, she's regained something that she's been missing. So now she wants these shoes and she's not giving them up for anything. To the point where they go back and forth. And Amo, she ends up throwing Mr. out the tower. He gets boomed. Rightfully so. He deserves it. I was so happy when that happened because he genuinely deserved that. Yeah, Amo went a little crazy. There's a scene of her like losing her mind, going crazy over the boots, but rightfully so. After seeing what she had to go through, man, she bit this dude, Mr. and she threw him out the tower. Thank God. After this happens, she kind of starts coming to her senses and she starts asking herself questions like, why did I even live with this guy all this time? And it's wild. Like, it's truly wild how we see her revelation visually. We just see like a black staticky screen because she's questioning like, why'd my mom leave me with this guy? And it says, because she sold you. And it's her coming to these revelations, but still at the same time, she's her mind is kind of warped because she's like, nah, my mom wouldn't do that. But yeah, that's how she got those shoes. She really enjoyed the smell. They had Mr. Smell in them because she was abused to feel like that's love. And she even looked at it like, these are from my first love. She still, after all of that, recognized Mr. as her first love. So our cleaner crew, they're listening to all of this and they're questioning like, can we take this for truth? Like, is any of this real? She could have just been hallucinating. So they ask Amo, when's the last time you saw the angel? She goes, a month ago. Engine puts 2 and 2 in his head. He's like, that's about the same time Rudo came to the ground. Rudo, upon hearing this information, makes one of the most devious faces I've seen in anime. Maybe not that far, but this guy, I'm surprised nobody's seen this face he's making because it was pure evil. He realizes, that ain't no angel. That's the person that killed Recto. Oh, they're on the ground and I can't wait to give them what they deserve. As Rudo's thinking these things, Amo calls out to him like, Rudo, your gloves and my shoes, they're the same, right? They made your heart human again, right? They gave you a missing piece that you needed. Our items are related, but they're similar because they have to fill up a void in your heart. And as she was saying this, I was thinking about last episode because when Samuel was talking about Rudo and how he can potentially destroy the world, we see a close-up of his heart. So I'm just thinking about all these things. I like how this show kind of just, it feels like things are connected. Maybe I'm bugging, maybe it's just a theory, but I like that. Rudo and Amo, they end up having a heart-to-heart. Amo's words end up touching Rudo. And when it's time to go, they're basically friends. And the crew's like, yo, Amo, we'll come back again. They even let Amo keep the shoes. They don't take it away. I kind of thought they'd take Amo with them. They did give her the option, but she's like, no, I have some stuff I want to sort out. Come visit me though. Which, like, I'm thinking about, like, what? Like, you're gonna sit in this tower and just stink? Like, what is her relationship with the angels? Like, she watches them come back and forth. Do they interact with her? There's a couple of questions I have with Amo's relationship. She probably didn't say everything, right? As this episode comes to a close, we see Amo closing her doors, saying, it'd be nice to have a sleepover next time. As she closes the door, somebody is in the castle. And we just hear her saying, no, no! The next person we see, Jabberwonger. And this man says, although it's a bitch, coming out in the desert, at least I got something out of it. This is the ending of season 1 of Gachiakuta. Luckily, we're blessed to be getting season 1 and 2. Or should I say arc 1 and arc 2. So yeah, we're lucky to get arc 2 starting next week. This episode easily S tier. This is the second time an episode in the show didn't even have any action and I'm giving it S tier. And I'm someone that enjoys action. The show, the writing is amazing. The action's really good too, but the writing is, it's great. I can't wait to see what next episode holds in store for us. I'm so hyped. I genuinely am. Pain pudders. Let me see what you guys had to say about last episode. Blue Roses, what's happening? Rudo's blank expression as he approached Amo gave me chills. Honestly, I thought that would be the most impactful moment of this season, but Amo's backstory might have hit even harder for me. But Rudo, before he bashed Amo's face in, that was insane. Manga Metalhead, what's good, brother? The next episode will break your heart, I promise you. retweet that, man. You can say that again, like genuinely. Hope you're doing well, by the way, bro. Nurse Joy, hey, lovely Gachiakuta video as usual. Thank you. No, thank you for being here every time. Thank you for showing up in the comments. It really helps. Jedi, what's happening? I love this show so much. This was the point in the manga that I knew that this was something special. That makes so much sense to me. I get that a lot. Ki Urana made Runo a very flawed character. Is that how I say her name, by the way? Ki? Or is it Kai? K? Who does not always do the right thing. I love that about him. Multi-dimensional. I love when characters aren't just one thing. Seeing her fantastic writing in the anime just makes it even better. We realize at the end of this episode, and even more so after the next one, Ruto and Amo are children who have both lived through a ton of trauma and need help and guidance. And they bonded on that right there. I wonder if we'll see Amo potentially go to Cleaner HQ because she doesn't have her shoes anymore. Will they find out that her shoes have been taken away right away? Curious. Yo, Weirs, what's good? Fantastic video, man. I'm glad I didn't miss this before the next episode tomorrow. Yo, thank you so much for pulling up. I appreciate you in the comments. Thank you guys, all of you. Yo, let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Very emotional, very explosive. We're moving into the second arc next week. I'll see you guys next episode. Pain putters, let's keep putting in pain.